I burp, I fart. I'm a real woman. I never saw Titanic as a springboard for bigger films or bigger paychecks. I knew it could have been that, but I knew it would have destroyed me. I have a crumble baby belly, boobs are worse for wear after 2 kids. I'm doing all right. I'm 33. I don't look in the mirror and go, oh, I look fantastic. Of course I don't. Nobody is perfect. I just don't believe in perfection, but I do believe in saying, this is who I am and look at me not being perfect. I'm proud of that. A lot of the girls were awful, very catty. It was a competitive environment that I didn't like. You have no idea of the anorexia I saw around me. Oh, no one will ever fancy me. I had that well into my teens. Even now I do not consider myself to be some kind of great, sexy beauty. I don't mind the way I'm aging. No reason to panic just yet. I think I look my age, and that's fine. I stand in front of the mirror and say to Mia, we are so lucky we have a shape. We're so lucky we're curvy. We're so lucky that we've got good bums. And she'll say, Mummy, I know, thank God. It's paying off. I never had a desire to be famous. I never had huge ambitions, never. I was fat. I didn't know any fat famous actresses. I just did not see myself in that world at all, and I'm being very sincere. You know, once a fat kid, always a fat kid. When I grew up, I never heard positive reinforcement about body image from any female in my life. I only heard negatives. That's very damaging because then you're programmed as a young woman to immediately scrutinize yourself and how you look. I was chubby, always had big feet, the wrong shoes, bad hair. I will tell you that when I was heavy, people would say to me, and it was such a backhanded compliment, they would say, you've got such a beautiful face, in the way of, like, oh, isn't it a shame that from the neck down you're questionable? I'd much rather be known as some curvy Kate than as some skinny stick. Plastic surgery and breast implants are fine for people who want that, if it makes them feel better about who they are. But it makes these people, actors especially, fantasy figures for a fantasy world. Acting is about being real, being honest. Romance to me is spontaneity. It's not diamond earrings, it's a bunch of daffodils that's freshly picked from the field. The happiness I feel in having a family has brought me a real beauty. Those days of every child having a mummy, and daddy who lived at home, daddy went to work, and mummy stayed at home and took care of everyone, those days have almost gone, and it's so much more unconventional now. Marriage has made me safer. Glamour to me is about remaining graceful and understated. The things that make me happiest in the whole world are going on the occasional picnic, either with my children or with my partner, big family gatherings, and being able to go to the grocery store. If I can get those things in, I'm doing good. I need to be looked after. I'm not talking about diamond rings and nice restaurants and fancy stuff. In fact, that makes me uncomfortable. I didn't grow up with it, and it's not me, you know, but I need someone to say to me, shall I run you a bath, or let's go to the pub, just us. One thing I love about being back is English rain. Looking out of the window now, it's raining, and the sky is dark, I love it. To me, those are reassuringly English things. I love it when it rains. Every woman has a mother, and every woman will have an issue with that mother and things that mother did or didn't do. It just depends on how you choose to process the lessons that you learned from your own mother. I feel very strongly that curves are natural, womanly, and real. I've decided I'm going to start loving my backside because I don't know anyone who does that. I don't read any reviews, so I'm oblivious to what they have to say. I'm completely unaware. It's fantastic. It's funny when someone says to you you're hot and all that, because I don't think of it in that way. Since I was 13 or 14, I've always felt older than I actually am. I think heartbreak is something that you learn to live with as opposed to learn to forget. By nature, I'm a very positive person, and because I'm happy in myself and in my life, and I've got a great husband and beautiful children, and I have a job that I love that calls for a certain amount of emotional expression, I get to realize a lot of my dreams and aspirations. I wouldn't dream of working on something that didn't make my gut rumble and my heart want to explode. Loving someone is setting them free, letting them go. I'd rather do theater and British films than move to LA in hopes of getting small roles in American films. My grandparents, both of my mother's parents, were actors, and they ran the Reading Repertory Theater Company through the town of Reading, where I come from. My skin still crawls if you call me a movie star. I get embarrassed. I think, don't be ridiculous. Maybe it's because I'm British. To me, Julia Roberts, that's a movie star. But when people do call me one, that, I think, is an enormous compliment, but, my God, is that a responsibility? You know why I fear people's judgment? Because I know they're judging. I know they are. Film, schmilm. I'm telling you, television is so much harder. You see, I was never a big fan of contemporary movies, because they always make actresses and actors look too perfect.